Hey there, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Jack Church, and this, of course, is Love Letters to Pam, the Jack Church Show. Of course, you may be watching on our YouTube channel right now, and you're going to be hearing a lot of wind in the background because it's a very windy day in the desert here near Phoenix, Arizona, but I'm still getting out and getting my evening hike in. And that's the point of this very short and to the point podcast. It's something we've talked about before, but I had to remember to take my own advice today. It was a Monday, and I had guests over the weekend. In fact, it was a co-anchor that I used to work with in Texas years and years ago, and she knew me and Pam very well. She visited us over the years. She was there when our son was born. Very good, close relationship. And so she was coming through town, and we spent the evening together, and then she had to get back on the road on this Monday morning. So the house had a little more noise in it than usual for me, and that was really a good thing. I really enjoyed that. I forgot what it was like to have somebody in the house with me and talking and sharing a meal and swapping stories and things like that. And it really was a terrific time. But then when she left very early on this Monday morning, I then came back in and went about my day. I got a shower, then went in and sat down at my desk to start doing some work. And it kind of hit me. I was having a really big letdown. And I bet a lot of you who are in my shoes have had that happen before. It just seemed like the entire day I just couldn't get out of a funk, if you might say. I started looking at some pictures of Pam that were on the computer, getting distracted from my work. And I realized, it doesn't matter how much I look at those pictures, she's not coming back. But boy, I sure wanted her to be here. I was just missing having her there in the house with me, having a conversation. I was missing the fact that, well, maybe I'll go out to lunch today. And then I thought, I always like going to lunch with Pam. And I went ahead and decided, oh, what the heck, I shouldn't spend the money. I'm going to go out to lunch. So I went to a little taco place, and it was very authentic. I mean, it was one of those dives, if you will. And it was really good. I enjoyed the food. And I thought, well, maybe that'll help me get out of this. And I felt a little better, but never quite fully recovered. So I went back home. I worked for another 3 or 4 hours, and I was still just battling this down feeling, this letdown, almost like that. You remember used to talk about, Pam and I would kid about vacation letdown, and I know you've all experienced that as well. But I think we might call this widowed letdown after having a house guest for the first time, and I couldn't really remember the last time I had a house guest. And this was the first house guest I'd had since I moved to Phoenix, but of course I've only been here a couple of months. But I digress. So anyway, I'm sitting there in the office, and I'm really battling my feelings. So I then go on to our Facebook page, Love Letters to Pam, and I write a letter about how it's been a tough day, and I felt down, and blah, 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 and that I hope that tomorrow will be a better day. And then I started hearing the wind was really howling and blowing outside. The clouds were getting dark. So I went outside and I started taking some photos and some videos of the wind. And I started thinking, this might make a good video for our YouTube channel to talk about or to show people the effect of the winds in the desert. So I then thought, well, heck, I'm going to get in the car. I'm going to head out to the little mountain range. It's less than 2 miles from my house where the hiking trails are. And that's where I am right now. I'm in the Phoenix Mountain Preserve. And I'm going to tell you, you should be able to tell my demeanor is totally different from what I felt like this morning, because I took that age-old advice that I've handed out to you multiple times. That is, when we're feeling down, get out of the stupid house, get in the outdoors, get some fresh air, get some exercise, and you'll be amazed what it does for you. Because by the time I got out here, this is going to be a great video for our YouTube channel about the wind, and hopefully this little message is a pretty good one for you as well. But it really energized me. It made me feel so much better. So I guess what I'm saying is I needed that reminder today about how important it is to get outdoors. It's just freeing to be near nature. I mean, it really, really is. So hopefully that will help you when you're having one of those really down days. And we all have them. And we dread them. And they happen. But I'm going to start taking my own advice a little more often. But that's about it. Hey, I hope all of you are doing well out there, taking care of yourself as we continue on our little grief journey here. Oh, it's not a little grief journey, it's a big grief journey. For me, it's now 3 years this October. For you, it may be 13 years, 30 years, 3 months. Whatever it is, though, it just takes time. It really does. So for now, keep subscribing to our YouTube channel. That, of course, is Traveling with Jack and Pam. I also appreciate the support on the podcast. Pass it along. Leave reviews with your providers as well. Until we see you next time, have a great day. Better yet, make it a better tomorrow. And you can see where I am. Kind of. Yeah. Bye now. Well, here, I'll show you the cactus. There it is. Those of you listening to the podcast, you could not see the cactus, but those on YouTube saw it as well. Okay, I'll shut up. Bye now.